What's up, guys? In today's video I'm going to be talking about 7 of the best fresh masculine scents in my collection. There is 2 in this video I don't really agree with, but the fiance loves them. So yeah, if she thinks they're great, then I feel like I have to show them to you guys as well, instead of just giving my opinion. And those 2, or that reason, is pretty much why I still have them in my collection. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be one of the recent pickups in my collection. It's going to be Colognes Vetiver Parfum. Just because it is a parfum, it's not really dark at all, or anything like that. It's slightly sweet. I can't wait to wear this one in the spring. Actually, I feel like it's going to be a really good one for the spring. So Vetiver done. Not as in like a Tom Ford, gray vetiver type of way, at least from what I remember. It's more of a green vetiver, if that makes sense. It does make sense why this is green. But yeah, slight, I'm not gonna say slight barbershop-y feel, slight fougere, but it's like slightly. It's just in that range. Now next is gonna be probably one of the best ones in this list. This is actually a fragrance that's a staple in my collection. It's going to be Dior Homme Cologne. I'm not sure if on the top there's orange or mandarin or what it is. Really bright orange, or very bright. People call it lemonade. I don't know if they're just referring it to as like lemonade in a cold summer, or like a cold cup of lemonade in a summer or something. But I don't really get any lemons. Well, maybe like the zingy citrusy in the top, but it doesn't specifically remind me of lemons. It's like lemons and a musky note. Really nice, very bright, long lasting, at least on myself. People that don't wear it will probably tell you otherwise. If you're just looking at reviews of maybe that, they wore it once or twice, they haven't really realized that this fragrance actually does last a while. Whereas if you're watching a reviewer that has worn this consistently and actually wears this stuff, then you'll realize that people do get pretty good performance on it. So don't let the performance reviews affect you, just because it really actually does last. Next is going to be Renaissance. So this is going to be one of the ones on the list that I don't really enjoy. I think it's okay. Or it's not even that I just don't enjoy it. I don't think it's the best fragrance. I just wear it more for the fiance. She loves this one. This is like one of the only fragrances that has broken her neck. When I walked by and I wore this for the first time. So far, that's the only one. This is the only one, and it's the only one that I really don't care for in my collection. Well, there's 2 of these that I don't really care for in my collection. So, Renaissance, you can find it for about, definitely less than $150 for the 100 ml. I don't know if they make it in their smaller bottles. I doubt it. Next is going to be one of the best ones in this. She actually loves this one too. I actually love this one. It's going to be Aventus Cologne. The mandarin orange, different kind of take on Aventus. You still get slight Aventus, but it's a complete, it's like a, I wouldn't say redundant to own. I owned Absolute Aventus Cologne, and just a regular Aventus. I just sprayed. But yeah, I mean, it's like, if you really love the Aventus DNA, you'll be happy to have all 3. If you don't really care for it, I would say probably try them before you buy them. I don't think it's really redundant to own all 3, but if you're looking to get the freshest one, especially for the upcoming hotter weather, I would probably go with Aventus Cologne. And some people would argue that this is the best Aventus, the best version of Aventus. So, next is going to be one of my favorite creeds that I didn't actually think I was going to wear too much. I thought I was going to not really enjoy this fragrance. This is going to be another Vetiver scent. This is going to be original Vetiver by Creed. So Original Vetiver has a really clean vetiver note. Not really similar to Colognes vetiver. I would say they're pretty different. I would say Creed's original vetiver is similar to Dior Homme Cologne, as in the cleanliness and the musk, but it has it's like a really elevated version of Dior Homme Cologne in my opinion. Instead of the zingy citrus, you kind of get more of the musky, the muskiness in the fragrance. Next is going to be a staple for a lot of men's fragrances. A lot of fresh men fragrances. I mean, I feel like this one just has to be included in the list. Not the freshest, to be honest. It's a really clean smelling fragrance, but not fresh as in a Dior Homme Cologne fresh. I would say it's more of the musky, white t-shirt kind of clean, which is also really good for a fresh fragrance or just a clean fragrance in general. Juniper berries, if you're a big fan of juniper berries, you do get that straight from the top with the musk. And lastly, the one that the fiance also has loved or is starting to enjoy the last few times I've worn it, just to test it out before I decided if I was going to sell it. And of course, when I'm deciding if I'm going to sell something I'm like on the fence about, she comes along and says, "You smell really good." It's going to be Neptune's Trident by Argos. Yes, I made a video. I'm still not the biggest fan. I don't know. It's like I'm trying to like it, but I can't. I'm trying to like it. I really like the artwork, but I don't know. So basically, what I get here is like a somewhat Dior Homme Cologne with a Prada Dior Homme Cologne Edition Blanche, whichever one it is. I just know it's the one with the white cap, the Edition Blanche. I know that one for sure. I've tried that one. I don't own it, but I've tried it a few times at the airport and duty frees and stuff. This is what it reminds me of. Put the mix of like a Dior Homme Cologne, and then when you get more to dry down, it kind of starts drying into another fragrance I don't really care about, which is Renaissance. So let's say you love Renaissance, you love Chanel, Dior Homme Sport Cologne, Edition Blanche, all the things, all the names, right? You're probably gonna really like this one. I don't really care for it as of right now. I've been trying to love it, but I just can't, honestly. And it's hard to justify the price on this one. So the price on this one is over $200 for a 30 ml, over $300 for a 100 ml. And I don't think the scent is that impressive. Obviously, it's a new release, so it's going to be a higher price. But sometimes these Argos fragrances hit fragrance buy for under $100, and I think that's where this one belongs. I'm not sure if this one's going to be one of their best sellers. I don't think so, honestly. But it might be. I could be wrong. People might love this one. I just think the price point is kind of outrageous. But anyways, a lot of people, anyway, side note, a lot of people talk about Louis Vuitton's this expensive, you know, certain Privé lines from Dior, expensive, sure. But then Dior's 40 or 50 ml, $160. Well, it used to be, now it's 220. This is starting at 200, I think 220. While their 100 ml is going for 300. You could buy a Louis Vuitton fragrance for 300, and I think Louis Vuitton, fresh-wise, does things way better. But that's just my opinion. It is what it is. I decided to bring it up in this video just because my fiance actually really enjoys two fragrances I really don't care about. So I felt like it's my due diligence to let you guys know all the options I have in my collection, even though there's a little bit more options here actually that's on the side. I just didn't put them in the video. But yeah, these are the 7 fragrances. Let me know which are the best men's fresh fragrances in your collection. And I will see you guys on the next one. Have a good one, guys. Please leave a like and subscribe, by the way.